This is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous, good-looking friends. Today I want to talk about this stunt that Meghan pulled with this stupid jam and show you how spiteful, jealous, and vindictive this woman really is. Let's get into it. So yesterday, Daily Mail was the one to break this news about Nacho posting a few hours before Trooping the Color Meghan's jam. As you can see here, Daily Mail broke this story at 5:09 Eastern Standard Time, 20 minutes before Trooping the Color had started at 10:30 a.m. in the UK. So you have to ask yourself this question. Nacho posting this a few hours earlier, he's in Florida, Eastern Standard Time, meaning it would be somewhere around 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. So the natural question we should be asking is, why is Nacho posting in the wee hours of the early morning on behalf of Meghan Markle? Also, we know for a fact that the Daily Mail is in the WhatsApp group that the Harkles have with the press. So who do you think leaked this information at 5:09 in the morning to the Daily Mail right before Trooping the Color? It's not like Nacho has a following like the Kardashians that when you post something, it goes viral. This is something that someone in the know would have had to have nudged the newspapers in order to write about it. So let's take a look at what Nacho posted in his Instagram reel. These are the 4 pictures that Nacho had posted up. Obviously, he didn't post them in the wee hours of the morning because clearly you can see that it's broad daylight. But as you can see, the jar of jam next to his skinny white dog, and then another picture of his skinny white dog with a jar of dog treats. With this last picture using this quote, "Good things come to those who believe, better things come to those who are patient, and the best things come to those who don't give up." We all know that Nacho is a big supporter of Meghan and Harry, and he's invested with them because he is on board with doing whatever Netflix polo show with Harry. It's a guarantee that Meghan and Harry told Nacho and Delfina a whole bunch of lies about the royal family to get them on their side. Otherwise, why else would they be supporting them this hard? I would like to think that Nacho is this good and wholesome person, but I do feel that the Harkles probably have tainted his mind so much about the royal family that he was a part of this plan and in agreement with posting it at the time that he did for it to miraculously make it into the media right before Trooping the Color. So why would Nacho go along with this? I do believe he cares a lot for Harry, and Harry, telling his truth and his lies, probably convinced him to see the royal family in a very different light. Meghan and Harry really do feel that they have been wronged in so many ways by the family and have been shunned, and I think that Nacho, being a family man himself, doesn't like how the royal family is treating Harry and Meghan. Based off of the narratives that he's been told, I do think that he posted this in alignment with the Harkles to get back at the royal family and trying to take some of that attention away. Was he a part of staging these photos with Meghan? Absolutely, and let me show you why I think so. For starters, raspberry jam looks like this. As you can see, the white seeds are pretty dominant throughout the jar. So when you look at this jar, it's the same fibrous, gunky looking shit that Meghan gave in her strawberry jam. Where are those raspberry seeds? This looks to me like Meghan slapped this together right after she found out that Catherine was going to be making an appearance on the balcony. I'm convinced that this is the same strawberry shit that Meghan gave out, but changed the labels, as this label is practically falling off. So now when you think about it, and people talking about the symbolism of raspberries and what that message might be, it now all starts to make sense, especially if you look at everything else that was included in these 4 posts. So now when we put up these 2 posts and you look at it, you have to ask the question, why would Nacho, aka Meghan, put a skinny white dog next to this jar of jam? I highly doubt she's saying that this jam, even though we might think it is dog food. Then on the right side, you have the same skinny little white dog with a jar of dog treats or dog biscuits written in Meghan's awful calligraphy. Now, for the unsuspecting that don't know Meghan is a calculating, scheming bitch, would say, oh, look how cute that is. Meghan's also going to be selling dog biscuits in her lifestyle brand. People forget that this conniving woman loved to put hidden messages in her Instagram posts. So back when it was announced that she was dating Harry, she posted this, and as you can see in this photo, she's wearing Harry's bracelet. At the time, no one knew that she was dating him, but she would do stuff like that. Here's another example. This was right before Meghan got engaged to Harry, and some suspect that this was posted as a symbol that she met with the Queen and had tea with her. Meghan's notorious for playing these kinds of mind games. So now going back to this, you start to pick up on what a mean girl Meghan really is. So looking at the left side where it says dog treats on it, don't you think if this was supposed to be part of Meghan's lifestyle brand, she would have arrow labeling somewhere on it? Here's what people are not picking up. People are assuming that Meghan's going to be selling these dog biscuits, but why would you put a jar of dog biscuits in a photo without the arrow logo on it? You wouldn't if Meghan was really serious about this so-called lifestyle brand. So what is she really trying to communicate here? Like, we can't give her the benefit of doubt because we've seen how malicious she can be. So obviously, we have to look at this from a real sinister place, from the eyes of Meghan Markle. So why would she put a dog in this photo next to dog biscuits? In the US, a biscuit, slang, is known as a side piece, and a dog is also known as a bitch. Now, I'm so glad that I have an international audience, as I would have never known what blowing raspberries meant. At first, I was like, nah, that sounds so immature, but then I'm like, wait a minute, we're talking about Meghan. Blowing raspberries is not a slang that we use here in the United States. Instead, it's a slang that's used in the UK.
Hello, today I learned why we say blowing a raspberry when we do this. Well now, what you may not know is that it is rhyming slang. The old phrase would go, raspberry tart, which of course rhymes with fart. So really, when you say you're blowing a raspberry, you're blowing a fart.
Now here's the thing, Meghan wouldn't know that slang, but you know who would know that slang? It would be Prince Harry. So could it be this is Prince Harry's contribution to the post? I think so. That's if we are to believe that that's the messaging that they're trying to convey. Now at first I wasn't sold on it, but after looking at all these various pieces and putting them together and understanding that Meghan is extremely petty and jealous of Catherine, it all then connects to each other. And the last thing that really sold it for me was questioning why is it that Meghan did 2 jars, or at least giving the impression that there were 2 jars of this fake raspberry jam that she has put out. Could 2 of 2 mean something else, like cheating, 2-timing? According to Urban Dictionary, it does. It means when a timestamp cup confirms your spouse is cheating on you. So we have this jar that's stamped 2 of 2, which makes absolutely no sense unless it relates to this. And we all know that Meghan and her minions have been spreading that rumor for years that he had been having an affair with another woman. This is one of them, if not Meghan herself, that's behind this account, who says really hurtful and malicious things about Catherine and the royal family. Meghan's domestic terror organization also calls Catherine a skinny white bitch. So when we go back to this post, you see a bitch, skinny and white, and then you have a biscuit, which is slang for side piece here in the United States. When you put these 2 photos together, what you see here is giving a big FU or blowing raspberries to a skinny white bitch whose husband is 2-timing on her with the side bitch. Look, I know that this is all speculative and conspiratorial, but when you look at Meghan's past behavior and the patterns, she does things with purpose. And throwing this out here so sloppy on the surface, I think is intentional because it's not really for Arrow. There's a message that she wants people to get at, or at least a message that she's sending to the family without looking like a complete psychotic asshole. For her and Harry, it's a win because they got to stick their middle fingers up to the family, and it's their little secret. I've said this before, when Meghan attacks, she always keeps her hands clean. So today, Nacho gets markled. One of Meghan Markle's go-to media outlets, the Daily Beast, claps back for Meghan, saying, oh no, Meghan would never do such a thing, and she had no control over when Nacho was going to post those photos. She didn't mean to overshadow Catherine's big return. Oh no, not Meghan. Plausible deniability. This snake knew what she was doing. But because there was blowback of people seeing her for who she really is, of course she's going to clap back and be like, oh no, it wasn't me. You see how the British media, they're so racist against me. And that's the reason why there's so many people that dislike her. It's all the British media's fault. No, Meghan, people don't like you because of your bad behavior. And this is a perfect example of showing what a petty, spiteful, treacherous woman. Catherine is not the bitch. You are, Meghan. And shame on Harry if he is a part of this, as well as Nacho for going along with it, because it just makes them look cruel, selfish, and immature. Now, whatever the case is for Meghan putting out these posts through Nacho, at bare minimum, this was to keep her name in the headlines and once again ride off the coattails of the royal family. But I do think that there's something a little bit more sinister here with Meghan, as there always is. But the good thing is knowing that Catherine is not bothered by anything that Meghan does, nor does she care. And I think that's the biggest weapon against Meghan. And I think this is what's driving Meghan into insanity at this moment with all that she's trying to do to make herself look like she is just as good as that beautiful woman. But this is all just my opinion based on what I see here in front of my eyes and drawing my own conclusions, as I advise everyone else to draw their own conclusions. But definitely let me know your thoughts below. I'd be interested to understand what you think about this little PR stunt that Meghan pulled yesterday. Anyhow, I will be back with more content, but until then, please be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!
I was such a fraud.